Imagine you're on your bike, riding through your city. Suddenly, you witness someone trying to blackmail an old man. Heroically, you step off your bike, aiming at the criminals, ready to stand up for the weak. This scene perfectly describes our protagonist, Kentaro Oi, and the story of Golden Boy. Golden Boy isn't just an anime filled with dirty humor and wild escapades, it's also an unexpectedly profound journey about learning, failing, and growing. So grab your notebook and pay attention. Golden Boy started as a manga by the legendary Tatsuya Egawa and was adapted into a 6-episode OVA in 1995. Egawa was no stranger to success. His earlier work, Tokyo University Story, was a hit, and his academic background often shines through in Golden Boy. But why did he choose to tell a story about a goofy yet brilliant nerd traveling across Japan? Egawa wanted to create a satire that poked fun at both academia and society itself, and in doing so, he crafted something far deeper than what many might assume at first glance. The OVA production wasn't just a simple manga adaptation. The animation studio, APPP, put a lot of love into the details. Each episode was directed by a different director, leading to unique styles. The animation was fluid, the characters expressive, and of course, the unforgettable facial distortions. Kentaro's legendary reactions remain iconic to this day. It was an experiment that paid off despite the anime only having 6 episodes. The story starts with Kentaro taking on a cleaning job at a software company. His boss is the powerful and seductive Madam President. Even though the all-female staff mocks him, Kentaro secretly learns programming and writes everything down in his notebook. When a crisis hits and the company's important data is in danger, Kentaro uses the skills he's secretly learned to save the day. But just as he's about to get credit, he disappears, moving on to his next adventure. The first episode shows us how important self-learning is. Knowledge doesn't just come from school, it comes from curiosity and hands-on experience. It also makes a point about corporate elitism, showing that sometimes the underestimated person is the real hero. Next, Kentaro works as a campaign assistant for a mayoral candidate and is asked to tutor the politician's rebellious daughter, Naoko. Naoko tries to manipulate Kentaro by attempting to seduce him, but despite his usual pervy behavior, Kentaro resists and acts with surprising dignity. In the end, Naoko becomes intrigued by him and starts to like him. This episode explores power, integrity, and how manipulation can backfire. It shows that Kentaro's patience and sense of right and wrong shine through, even when he's acting goofy. In the third episode, Kentaro works at a ramen restaurant, learning the ropes while dealing with the owner's daughter, Noriko. She has a rich suitor, but Kentaro suspects he's up to something. In the end, Kentaro's instincts are right. Noriko begins to see him in a new light, but as always, Kentaro leaves before anything happens. This episode challenges the idea that wealth and status make someone a good partner, showing that sincerity and honesty matter more than material things. In episode 4, Kentaro works at a swimming school, even though he doesn't know how to swim. But that doesn't stop him from challenging Olympic coach Ayuko Hayami to a race. He trains hard, and even though he's not very good, his passion has a surprising effect on Ayuko. This episode teaches us that persistence is more important than natural talent. It also playfully critiques the idea that discipline has to be strict. Sometimes, enthusiasm and effort can be just as powerful as skill. In the next episode, Kentaro works at a rich family's mansion, but gets fired quickly. Then he meets Reiko Terayama, the family's dominant daughter who loves motorcycles. Kentaro boldly challenges her to a race. By the end, the woman who once hated men is drawn to him. This episode explores themes of control, attraction, and how Kentaro's wildness challenges Reiko's beliefs about needing no man. Finally, Kentaro gets a job at an anime studio as a runner. He meets Chie, a cell painter who's struggling with the pressure of her work. When problems arise, Kentaro brings in his past friends to help finish the project, showing that passion and teamwork can solve creative problems. This episode is a tribute to the anime industry, celebrating the hard work of animators and showing how Kentaro inspires those around him. Beneath all the screaming women, slapstick antics, and dirty jokes lies something surprising. A life philosophy. Kentaro doesn't take life too seriously, but that's exactly what allows him to grow. He fails often, but instead of complaining, he gets back up and keeps going. It's a reminder of how important it is to stay open to new experiences, not let setbacks hold us back, and enjoy life in all its forms. When Golden Boy was released, it quickly became a cult classic, but not without controversy. Its explicit scenes made it a target for criticism, while others praised it as brilliant satire. Today, it's considered a classic with a loyal fan base that appreciates its mix of humor and intelligence. Particularly in the West, where the anime gained popularity through fan subgroups, Golden Boy achieved an almost mythical status. Egawa has often spoken about his work, and yes, he knew exactly what he was doing. In interviews, he emphasized that Golden Boy was never just about comedy. It was also a study of learning itself. He sees Kintaro as the ultimate student, not just in university, but in life. He also mentioned that many of his own experiences influenced the manga. He wanted to show that education isn't limited to the classroom, it happens everywhere. The anime only consists of 6 episodes, while the manga ran longer and featured even crazier stories. While the anime remains mostly episodic, the manga gradually develops a more continuous storyline and even takes on a slightly more serious tone. Interestingly, some manga chapters explore themes like political corruption, media manipulation, and darker topics, things the anime largely avoids. Both versions have their own unique charm. At the end of the day, Golden Boy is more than just a dirty comedy anime. It's a reminder that we should never stop learning, no matter where knowledge comes from. It taught me that life doesn't always have to be serious, that we should appreciate the little joys, and that it's okay to make a fool of ourselves sometimes. One of the most important lessons I've taken from Golden Boy is that every experience, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, helps us grow. Whether it's learning a new skill or experiencing an embarrassing moment, both contribute to our personal development. So, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe for more, and let me know in the comments, what has Golden Boy taught you? See you in the next video. Goodbye.